Well, hello again, everyone. Just wanted to record another short message and update you guys on what's happening here in 2020. We have had a busy couple of years and a lot of life changes. And that's not to make excuses, but as a result, we have not done as good a job communicating as we desire to, and are hoping to improve on that drastically in 2020. As a result of 2 new children in our home and the changes that come along with that in the life of our family, we've just had to make a lot of adjustments. And so while we are extremely grateful to the Lord for those changes, it has been an adjustment, and we're thankful that our little guy, now 5 months old, is sleeping a lot better just recently, and I think everyone is in a better place for that. And as a result, we're definitely able to function as a whole, everyone a little bit better, which is encouraging. All of that to say, we started this nonprofit with our board a few years back, and when we did so, we really set it up with Julie and I having the smallest salary we thought we could, and we've been surviving on that for a long time. But the truth is that with these 2 kids, it's getting hard to do that. It's really gotten to the point where it is hard to do that. And so afterwards, if you look in the comments, you'll see some of the needs that I'm going to tell you about, but you can see just some specific things that we would love for you to join us in prayerfully asking the Lord to provide for those needs through supporters like many of you who already support us, who we're extremely grateful for that support. And we just ask that if you feel inclined to join us in support, that you would do that. And also to just pray that the Lord would provide. We are sure that He will provide for our needs in one form or another. He always has. So again, we'll present those to you in a little more detail and then keep them in writing with the video at the end. But to give you an update first on what's going on with the ministry, because there's some exciting stuff happening in the very near future. In just a couple weeks, we're going to host our Sewing with a Mission team that comes from the United States. This will be their second time here. They come this time with 11 women, and they will teach for 5 days. The first day is going to be new this year, and we're going to work specifically training local leaders to learn how to do this same sort of training. So part of our long-term vision with this project is that we can have local Peruvians with a heart for serving who learn to do sewing at a level that allows them to also teach others, and then we'll train them to be able to teach others, and we will begin to plan workshops in more impoverished areas, even more so than where we are, and farther out from the city, where we can continue to spread these skills that will help especially women have some helpful skills to provide, either for just needs in their family or to provide an income for their family. So those ladies will come, and that'll be the first day, and then the other 4 days we'll do specific projects with a group of women from the community who this year we're hoping to host about 65 women in that training. And then starting in March, we're going to be teaching for the second time in an organized classroom setting, this time in a much more formal version, our business basic class. So when we went out and adopted Lucas, brought him home for his in August, we offered this course there in Puerto Maldonado, and now we're going to be doing it here in Trujillo. We're going to start that in March. We're going to do that for 6 Saturdays, and then God willing, if we have enough interest, we'll change to a different day of the week to allow some other people to come on different days. There's a really great place here in Trujillo called the John Boyce Center for Investigations in Biblical Sciences, I believe is how it translates to English. But it's a great place that has a very professional setting. They already offer a number of seminary level courses and different biblical courses there. So we're going to partner with them in that space to offer these classes. If you'd like to see in Spanish the class that we did in Puerto Maldonado, I have a video of that I can share as well. You can look for that in the links. So yeah, we're excited about all of that. We're still continuing to work with the wedding dress project. If you're not familiar with that, ask about it and we'll tell you more. We're also continuing the sewing project that came out of last year's sewing workshop. So we're continuing to work with Danny on that, and yeah, so things are going here, even if we've not done a great job telling you about them. So we're going to strive really hard to tell you more about them, but specifically to go back to the needs that we have as a family. You know, babies cost a lot of money, and children in general cost a lot of money. And so our budget has been greatly impacted by these changes. So primarily we're looking at, you know, the cost of formula and diapers, just medical bills in general. We're also seeing an increase in insurance and the cost of schooling for Anya. Here, there's not a real high quality in public education, and unfortunately the public schools are very oversaturated. So while we're not opposed to sending her to public schools for now, she's at a private kindergarten school. We've also considered homeschooling, but right now with Lucas at home and all the things going on, it's a little bit trickier too. And so we'll see next year what we do, but for this year she's going to be going to kindergarten at a small little private school that's really close to here. Very inexpensive in comparison to what, you know, we would pay for things like that in the United States. But it's also just an interesting thing that God brought together for us. Is the woman who is the administrator there was also is an adoptive mother who we knew through our whole process and met numerous times. So when we saw her there, that was a pretty cool little thing that God did to connect the dots and say, oh yeah, I think this is where our little girl is supposed to go this year. So again, thank you to those of you who have been supporting us. If you're still watching this, thank you for watching this almost now 8 minutes. And please join us in praying that the Lord would provide for these needs that we have. And again, if you're considering giving, we would greatly appreciate your joining us in the work that we feel the Lord calling us to do here in Trujillo, Peru. God bless, and thank you.